Pow! Welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. My name is, of course, Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram. I am back from my US trip and I am back with a brand new set of reviews for the channel, and it is, of course, the Marvel Legends Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure wave, aka the second Avengers Infinity War wave of the year. I was very excited to have this waiting for me when I got back home, and I'm very excited to get the figures cracked open, and I thought, what better way to start than with the MPV of the Avengers Infinity War movie, Thor. Now, obviously, I may talk about Infinity War, so spoilers, but if you're watching this, then I do assume that you have seen the film, so you're going to know that's Stormbreaker. You're going to know he's got two eyes. If you didn't, you do now. And I don't even feel bad for you, because if you're moaning about spoilers and you haven't went out and seen the film yet, then what is wrong with you? I do apologise in advance, because as I was about to start this review, my my tripod broke. So now my camera is very, very dodgy. So yeah, gotta be very careful with that. But I can still do my review. So yeah, let's have a look at the box as we always do. As I've already mentioned, you get Stormbreaker with some little effects, which I do appreciate when Hasbro give us some new effects. So be interesting to see what they are like out of the box. We also get an arm from the Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure. On the side, we get some promo art from the film of Chris Hemsworth, of course. On the back, you get some promo art, a little read up, and then, of course, as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to complete the Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Thor. So more side art, as always, is why it's art on the side, why it's called side art. Let's open him up. Pow! And here is Thor out of the packaging, and I must say, first impressions are very good. I do like this outfit, this updated Infinity War outfit, with elements of the first Thor we've seen with these grid metal arms. The cape is attached to the figure, so it's not on a peg. It's not as hard as cape that we've seen with other Marvel Legends figures. It is soft, as you can see, I'm scrunching it there, but it's a soft plastic, so there's no way you're going to be able to pose this. It is just literally dangling off his back. I don't know if that's the reason why, but as you can see, my figure definitely has loose legs, and it's very frustrating because I don't like loose joints on figures, and if I get him to stand up, the cape's making him lean back like Fat Joe in the Terror Squad. Now, as much as I like that song, I don't like figures with loose joints, so I think that's going to be very frustrating. I'm hoping his Stormbreaker weapon will help balance him out on the shelf, and I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, as I was mentioning, I do like this outfit. Do like the head sculpt. I do very much appreciate Hasbro giving us this new sort of digital tech that they've got with the faces, where they're trying to get the actor's likeness printed on the face. So for a £20 figure, I can't complain when sometimes they look just as good as the imports. This one's got some decent paint on the hair. I don't know if that's a black wash or even just a sort of brown dry brush, but either way it looks good. You can see a scar in his eye, and the eye details are quite nice. I can see that Thor has copied my beard, and then Captain America copied Thor's beard, and you can see the cycle continues. But no, I'm liking this, guys. I'm liking it. I just don't like the loose joints. So yeah, as I mentioned, SH Figure Arts released today their own Thor, and the Thor they have actually has the cloth cape with the metal in the end, so you can actually pose it. So that is going to be very, very tempting to get, I must say, just for the posing factor. But I'll throw up some pictures on the screen if I've got any. But yeah, that Thor is looking good. But let's get into the Marvel Legends, and it is, of course, the Stormbreaker weapon. Now, it comes attached with this sort of electric piece. So thank you, Hasbro, giving us a brand new electric piece. I'm not sure if we've had this with another figure before. My initial thoughts is no, I've not seen that effect piece before. So both of his hands, doesn't come with interchangeable hands, but both his hands are like this grippy hand, so you can hold it in either hand, and he does hold it quite well. It's a sturdy piece, and I'll take it off him and show you again in more detail, but I just wanted to see if this balanced him out. And yeah, it sort of does. He does stand up more straight now he's got the weapon in his hand, and that weapon looks so good. That scene from Infinity War where he lands on Wakanda with Rocket and Groot was so good, and this is what this outfit and this sort of representation reminds me of. So that's maybe how I'll display him on the shelf. We shall see. But yeah, he's looking really, really good. So if I just take the camera off the tripod, since it's broke anyway, and see if I can get it to focus, you can see there is some really good detail on the weapon. There's no sort of paint detail on the actual branch though, so unfortunately maybe that could do with a black wash to sort of bring out the detail of Groot's arm. I like that gives us electric effects. As I said, I do like it. That gives us more displaying options. I might have to get those sort of Bandai blue electric effects now so I can display them on the shelf because I don't actually have them. But yeah, he's looking good, people. He's looking very good. I should have mentioned he also comes with the Build-A-Figure piece arm for the Cull Obsidian Build-A-Figure. So as always, subscribe to the channel as I will be reviewing him last. This guy looks like a tank as I've seen pictures online. He's just as big as the Hulk Buster Build-A-Figure. So very much looking forward to finishing the rest of this wave and completing this guy. So subscribe, stay tuned. We shall be looking at him very soon. But Thor, what do you think of Thor? I think now would be a good time to do some comparisons with some other Thor figures I have. Unfortunately, I don't have that free pack with Rocket and Groot. I do have it on pre-order, so I'll have it very soon. But let's look at him compared to the classic Thor. Pow, and here he is compared to Thor. Now I said classic Thor, but I really mean the classic Thor in my own collection, as this is the earliest Thor I have from the MCU, and it is the one from the Age of Ultron 4-pack, which I believe was an Amazon exclusive. I do have Thors from Ragnarok, I'll pull them out in a minute, but I just wanted to see how different, and let's see the evolution that he has had in the film. Now as you can see, the outfits are similar. This one, it doesn't have no sleeves, but the chest plates are very similar. Obviously he's had a haircut, as we've seen Stan Lee give him a haircut. Maybe this year we're going to get a Stan Lee Build-A-Figure, so only time will tell. As you can see, I've got one of those sort of yellow electric effect pieces from Bandai attached to Mjolnir. How am I saying that right? Probably not. But yeah, that's how I've got mine displayed on the shelf. I just thought I'd throw that on, just, well, this one's got blue, this one's got yellow. Told you I need to buy some more blue effects. But yeah, I should really mention that, obviously, that comes off. His arms never always come all the way down, which was frustrating, but I did always like this Thor. I didn't mention that these electric pieces come off. I should have mentioned that. You can wrap this around the arm, you can do whatever you want with that. But yeah, it does come off, so you can display them without any electric effect pieces. Now, if I can bring my camera closer without it falling off the broken tripod, you'll get a closer look at the Thors. And yeah, so what weapon do you prefer, people? I know we've only seen Stormbreaker for one film. Hopefully we'll see it again in the next one. But yeah, which version of Thor do you prefer? Do you prefer the more evolution, the more, I don't know, the more hardcore Thor? I don't really know. They're definitely heartbroken Thor, if you know what happened in the film. But I've always liked this Thor as well, to be fair. And they're both really tall. This guy's a little bit taller, but he has got more hair, so maybe that's why. But yeah, they are very tall Marvel Legends. Will definitely stand out amongst your more regular figures on the shelf. But yeah, both of them have their cape sort of attached. I think you can take the cape off this one, but I'm not going to try. But yeah, what did you think? Now, we have mentioned Thor Ragnarok a lot, so I thought I'd pull out a couple of figures from that wave. And this is the Thor from the 2-pack with Valkyrie, which I quite liked. And then this is obviously Loki, just for a size comparison. I did really like this head sculpt, but maybe I like this one more. The eyes definitely have more detail in this one. I think this one's got the digital tech. This one maybe doesn't. I'm not too sure. But you can definitely do a head swap if you want. Shall I do that now? Why not? Why not? Let's see if they pop off with ease. That one did. That one did. And does it pop on? It looks like the skin tone's a little different. Oh, do you know what? I think I like that. Maybe he just looks a bit more dirty, but he has been fighting in the jungle of Wakanda, so it would make a bit of sense if he's got loads of black riders jumping on him. I think that's what they're called in the film. But yeah, let me bring that camera in. Do you like that head sculpt on this Thor? You tell me. Focus, focus. But yeah, you can do that. I'm assuming all the Thor's heads will pop on and pop off with ease. Let's pop that back. The Thor that come with the Valkyrie 2-pack also come with like this, another electric piece. So you could put this electric piece on his arm. Maybe you can do some hand swaps as well. But yeah, so again, that electric piece I quite like because it was just so soft plastic. You can pose it wherever you want. But you could put that on there. You could put that back on that, and the display options for Thor are going to be really good. I do like it when you can make your figures pop a little bit more on the shelf. So yeah, go wild, use your imagination. Let's see what else I can compare them to. What else have I got around me? Let me move these out of the way. Okay, let's bring in Rocket. I don't have Teenage Groot, but as I've already mentioned, I do have that free pack on the way. So is Rocket that small in the film compared to Thor? Can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at some screenshots. But that is the Marvel Legends Rocket and Thor, and they do look good together. Let's be honest. Rabbit, his rabbit friend. Let's bring in the Trinity. This has got to be the classic Trinity. So that's obviously Iron Man Mark 50. Then we've got Steve Rogers that's copied his beard. And these are the 3 Infinity War figures from the 3 original Trinity, if you don't include Hulk, of course, in the MCU. And there you go, that's the size comparison for all of them. Now for the last size comparison, I thought it has to be the man himself, Thanos. So there's Thanos and Thor, looking really good together. Honestly, people, these MCU figures, I've always loved MCU figures, but to see them so good from a film that was also so good makes me very, very happy. I can't wait to build a sick display once all of the figures have got released. Fingers crossed that Thor pack that we get from the 10-year anniversary line has some more good figures, and then also fingers crossed to complete the Black Order. But yeah, you let me know what you think. Let me move him out the way. So really like this Thor, really like the head sculpt, really like the weapon and the effects. Some interchangeable hands would have been good. Heads with different expressions are really for imports. You're not really going to get them with Legends, but can't complain with what we've got so far. For £20, people, this is a great Thor figure. Really happy with it. Just wish mine didn't have loose joints, because it makes me want to buy another to see if I can get one without loose joints. But maybe I'll get that SH Figure Arts. Who knows? But I've been talking for far too long about this figure. I think it's just I'm excited to get back into reviewing a new wave. So I'm going to shut up. But as always, please subscribe to the channel. And hopefully I'll do some more condensed reviews for the rest of this wave, rather than listening to me ramble and gush about my love for the MCU. But much appreciated as always, people. And of course, I shall see you on the next one.